Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are having a really amazing Sunday. You know what? There is nobody nearby me, so I'm going to take my mask off because as you can see, there is literally nobody near me. Yep, I'm on my way to Southern California to do some filming. I can't tell you what we're filming yet because I need to get approval from the companies that I'm going to see before I'm allowed to talk about them. Suffice to say, if I tell you that one of them is at a proving ground in Southern California, you might be able to guess which automaker that is. One is a visit to an automaker startup in San Diego, so you can probably guess who that is. And one is to another startup in the California San Francisco Bay Area. So again, you can probably guess which ones they are, but most people don't watch Take Two. So this is kind of like a special Easter egg. This past week has been truly crazy for us on the channel. We've now got 2 new people working with us. We've been able to catch up on a lot, and Transport Evolved is becoming a whole lot more corporate. Hopefully in a good way. We've introduced a new form of video that some of you don't like and some of you do. It caused a lot of kerfuffle among some fans and not others this week. Suffice to say that we're going to continue with that, the YouTube Shorts, and no, we're not making a separate channel because that would cause its own issues. But suffice to say that it's going to be, someone's just going past on blades. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable if I'm not wearing a mask. So what I want to say about that is we're not going to change the channel. We're not going to make a new separate channel for shorts. Building a YouTube channel up from scratch is kind of hard work. And we started, we've currently got 135,000 subscribers. I know I said 135 earlier this week, but that's beyond the point. Breaking up the channel is not easy. You have to start from scratch. And the whole purpose of using the shorts is to help people who maybe like the short format to discover the channel for the first time. So I'm not going to say any more on that. What I am going to talk to you about today, though, in the tradition of adjacent topics and thoughts, is now that COVID is slowly being tackled, people are getting vaccinated in many countries around the world. My vaccine is due to happen a week today, so on Easter Sunday, which is a good thing. Thank you, Oregon. I have noticed that people have started to return to normal. And on this road trip down here, I've seen lots of people not wearing masks, which has freaked me out because I'm still technically at risk. But it got me thinking, COVID has changed how I interact with people. COVID has changed how I'm viewing the world. And it's also got me to reevaluate my carbon footprint. Before COVID, we obviously drove electric cars and we were, using renewable energy, and we were trying to reuse and recycle wherever possible. But COVID has really got me to examine my actual carbon footprint. Obviously, we're working from home now. We don't travel as much as we used to. We've been more interested in things that are local to us, discovered places that we can take the dogs for a walk, or where we can go for a walk, or where you can ride a bike that's in your backyard, not literally, rather than driving half an hour and then finding somewhere further away. And obviously that has an impact on your carbon footprint. But so too, in my mind, has been the carbon footprint of the goods that I buy. Because most of the things that I've been buying online because I have not wanted to go to a store. And so instead of buying something at a store that I suspect has been shipped halfway around the world, I've been actively trying to find lower carbon alternatives. And sometimes that's meant paying a bit more, and I'm in a very privileged position that I can do that. But it's made me far more acutely aware of what my actual carbon footprint is. We've been working really hard to reduce our carbon footprint even when we go on trips. So I'm going to open the back of my car up and you can see what I mean. Before COVID, when we went on a road trip, we didn't take food with us. We literally just stopped at places along the way and ate along the way. But now I've got a reusable water thing here. I fill it up at home. I take it with me. I've got a camping stove that I bring with me. And in the back of my car, if I can open the door, in the back of my car, I have my own tea. I have my own plates. I have my own food. And because I have chickens and freshly laid eggs do not require refrigeration, I even brought some chicken eggs from home. So when I'm on the road, if I want to have a quick snack or whatever, I can boil an egg. It means I don't have to go into places and talk to other people, which as an introvert, I really enjoy. It also means that I'm lowering my own personal risk from coming into contact with someone who has COVID, but it's also lowering my carbon footprint. Because if you think about takeaway food, if you think about food that we buy when we're on the road, you know, a sandwich, you think of all of the wrappers that come with a sandwich, or all of the wrappers that come with like the fruit packs you can buy on the road, or even just you know, buying a McDonald's on the road, all of that extra packaging that is no longer needed. And it's got me thinking that my carbon footprint is still huge, but I think COVID has taught me that my carbon footprint doesn't have to be huge. It's taught me that I can actually exist in a different way. I'm going to give you another example. I've started carrying this around. It's a roll of wooden spoon, chopstick, straw, bamboo straw. And it means that when I'm out and about, even if I do go somewhere like a takeaway, I can choose to say no thank you to their plastic cutlery that they may want to give me, and instead use my own and wash it up when I get home. Now, I don't think I'm the only person who has felt this way as a consequence of COVID. And I would love to know if you've had that same experience. And if you have, what have you realised about your own journey? Because COVID has got you sitting at home, reevaluating what's important in your life. I now want to spend more time in places like this. This is beautiful. We're just into Northern California. I've just crossed over the border. I've just gone through the fruits and veg agricultural checkpoint. And I would much rather stop here and have a picnic with food that I brought myself from home than I would going to, you know, some fast food restaurant. And obviously the carbon footprint of that is much less. I'm driving an electric car. I could have flown down to Southern California, but I didn't want to take the risk of being on an airplane. So instead I decided to drive. I'm driving on my own, sadly. Erin couldn't join me this time. But even then, I'm feeling a lot more relaxed. And I've had time to myself. I've had time to just kind of chill. I miss my family. I miss my partner very much. And hopefully in the future, we can do a trip like this together. But prior to COVID, I don't think I would have thought about this as much. I don't think I would have thought about the impact of my carbon footprint as much. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Let me know below. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. As you know by now, I hope, I am going to be out of the office all week, and that means that some of the videos we're going to be producing are slightly different. We do have a sponsored video coming up, and I want to remind you all that we're very careful about who we work with in the sponsored video segment. So if we do a sponsored video with someone, it means we've given it a lot of thought, so please don't hate on us for doing a sponsored video, because all of this costs time and money. By the way, talking about that, thanks to those of you who did reach out and did support us by sending us a little bit extra to help pay for this trip. While the hotel in Mojave, which is where I'm going first, is taken care of by the company that I'm going to film a piece about, All of the other hotels are on me or on Transport Evolved. And so you guys stepping up and helping out with that have meant that we're not out of pocket for that. And I really, really appreciate that. And I cannot say thank you enough. I know driving is not the best time-wise, but it makes me feel better than flying. And of course, I also get to drive with my lovely trailer and check out the new A Better Route Planner. It's got CarPlay at last, and it is amazing. I've been using it on the way down, and so there will be a video on that as well. Thanks for watching. Keep evolving.